3 compliments that will make her think about you all night. Beyond the surface, the power of words in the dance of attraction. The realm of attraction is often portrayed as a superficial landscape dominated by physical appearances, social status, and material wealth. While these factors undoubtedly play a role, a deeper understanding reveals that the true architects of desire are the words we choose and the manner in which we deliver them. It is not enough to simply acknowledge someone's beauty or accomplishments. True connection lies in the ability to evoke emotions, spark curiosity, and leave a lasting imprint on their mind. Women, in particular, are attuned to the subtle nuances of communication, recognizing the difference between empty flattery and genuine expression. They are not merely seeking validation. They crave connection, understanding, and the feeling of being truly seen. Most men fall into the trap of offering generic compliments that, while pleasant, lack the power to truly resonate. You're beautiful. You have amazing eyes. That dress looks great on you. These are sentiments that are easily spoken and quickly forgotten, fading into the background noise of daily interactions. However, there exists a different kind of compliment, a carefully crafted phrase that transcends the superficial and delves into the realm of emotion and intrigue. These are the forbidden compliments, statements so powerful and effective that they have the potential to ignite a deep and lasting attraction. They are not manipulative or disingenuous. Rather, they are expressions of genuine appreciation delivered with intention and awareness. The key is to understand the underlying psychology at play, the desires, insecurities, and fantasies that shape a woman's perception of herself and her interactions with others. This essay explores 3 such forbidden compliments, dissecting their power, analyzing their delivery, and providing a framework for understanding how they can be used to create a profound and lasting connection. It is a journey into the art of the unspoken, a masterclass in the psychology of attraction, and a guide to unlocking the potential of words to transform ordinary interactions into extraordinary encounters. This exploration isn't about manipulation, but rather about understanding the dynamics of human connection and using language to create a deeper, more meaningful experience for both parties. It's about moving beyond the superficial and tapping into the emotions and desires that truly drive attraction. By mastering these techniques, men can elevate their interactions with women, fostering genuine connection and leaving a lasting positive impression. It's about understanding that attraction isn't just about looks or status. It's about how you make someone feel. Part 1. There's something about you that drives me crazy, but I can't quite figure it out. The art of intrigue and the allure of the unexplained. The psychology of the puzzle. Why mystery breeds obsession. Attraction is rarely a rational process. It's a complex interplay of emotions, instincts, and subconscious cues. One of the most powerful drivers of attraction is the desire to solve a puzzle, to unravel a mystery, to understand something that lies just beyond our grasp. This is particularly true when the puzzle is ourselves. When someone expresses that they find us intriguing or captivating, but can't quite articulate why, it triggers a cascade of internal questions. What is it about me that they find so fascinating? What qualities do they perceive that I may not even be aware of? What secrets do I hold that are yet to be uncovered? The compliment, "There's something about you that drives me crazy, but I can't quite figure it out," is a masterstroke in the art of intrigue. It doesn't simply flatter, it provokes. It doesn't offer easy validation, it presents a challenge. It taps into a woman's innate desire to be understood, appreciated, and seen as unique. It suggests that there is something deeper and more complex beneath the surface, something that captivates and confounds. Most guys go straight for the obvious. You're beautiful, you have amazing eyes, that dress looks incredible on you. And sure, those compliments work, but only for a moment. They give her a small hit of validation, but they don't stick. She's heard them all before from guys who had no real impact on her. Compliments like that fade as quickly as they're spoken. But when you say, "There's something about you that drives me crazy, but I can't quite figure it out," you do something completely different. You don't just flatter her. You make her obsess. Because now you've given her a puzzle, and women can't resist a puzzle when it's about them. Suddenly she's wondering, what is it about me that's driving him crazy? Why can't he figure it out? What does he see in me that no one else does? And that's the moment she starts to fall. Women don't just want to be admired. They want to be wanted in a way that feels uncontrollable. They want to feel like their presence alone can make a man lose his composure, that there's something about them, something deeper than looks, that pulls a man in and refuses to let him go. When you use this compliment, you're not just telling her she's attractive. You're telling her she's dangerous, that she has a power over you that she didn't even know she had. And nothing turns a woman on more than that. Crafting the moment, delivery, and context. The power of this compliment lies not only in its words, but also in its delivery. It's not something to be blurted out casually or rehearsed like a cheesy pickup line. It requires a specific context and a certain level of emotional intelligence. Imagine you're sitting next to her, the conversation flowing effortlessly, the energy between you charged with something unspoken. Maybe you're making her laugh. Maybe she's looking at you with that slightly mischievous glint in her eye. And then, in a quiet moment, when she least expects it, you lean in just a little, not too much, just enough for the air between you to shift, and you say it slowly, deliberately. There's something about you that drives me crazy, but I can't quite figure it out. And then you pull back. Don't explain. Don't rush to clarify. Just let the words settle between you. Let them hang there like a challenge she wasn't expecting. Because now she's hooked. She might play it cool at first, shrugging or teasing you. But inside, she's dying to know more. She wants to ask, what do you mean? What is it about me? Tell me. But she won't, not yet. Because women understand this game just as well as men do, and she won't give in that easily. But later, when she's alone in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying your words in her mind, that's when it'll hit her. She won't just be thinking about you. She'll be feeling you. The way your voice dropped just a little when you said it, the way you looked at her like she was something rare, something mysterious, something you couldn't quite put into words, the way you left the compliment unfinished, making her fill in the blanks on her own. And the more she thinks about it, the deeper she falls. Beyond the compliment, cultivating lasting intrigue. This compliment is not a magic bullet. It's a starting point, a catalyst for deeper connection. To truly capitalize on its power, you must cultivate an air of genuine mystery and depth. Be authentic, be present, and be willing to reveal different facets of your personality over time. Don't be an open book. Let her discover you layer by layer. Scenario 1. The art gallery. Imagine you're at an art gallery with a woman you're interested in. You've been discussing your favorite artists, sharing insights and observations. As you stand before a particularly striking piece, she turns to you, her eyes reflecting the colors and textures of the painting. What do you think? She asks. Instead of offering a standard critique, you pause, considering her question thoughtfully. The painting is beautiful, you say, but what's truly captivating is the way you're looking at it. There's something about the way you see the world that drives me crazy, but I can't quite figure it out. The focus shifts from the art to her. You've acknowledged her intelligence and sensitivity, but you've also hinted at something more profound, something that goes beyond mere aesthetics. You've planted a seed of curiosity, inviting her to explore the depths of her own being. Scenario 2. The spontaneous adventure. You're on a spontaneous road trip, driving along a scenic coastal highway. The windows are down, the music is playing, and the energy is high. She suggests pulling over to explore a hidden beach. As you walk along the sand, the sun setting on the horizon, you turn to her. I love your spontaneity, you say. It's infectious. Honestly, there's something about you that drives me crazy, but I can't quite figure it out. You're always up for anything. This acknowledges her adventurous spirit and suggests that there's something exciting and unpredictable about her that you find irresistibly alluring. Scenario 3. The late-night conversation. It's late at night, and you're sharing a bottle of wine on her balcony. You've been discussing your hopes, dreams, and fears. She shares a particularly vulnerable story, revealing a side of herself that she rarely shows to others. You listen intently, offering empathy and understanding. Thank you for sharing that with me. You say, there's a strength and resilience about you that's truly inspiring. Actually, there's something about you that drives me crazy, but I can't quite figure it out. This compliment acknowledges her vulnerability and strength, suggesting that you see her for who she truly is, flaws and all. Why it works? The underlying psychology. The Zeigarnik effect. This psychological phenomenon suggests that people remember uncompleted or interrupted tasks better than completed ones. By leaving the compliment unfinished, you create a mental loop in her mind, prompting her to continuously replay the interaction and try to decipher your meaning. The scarcity principle. When something is perceived as rare or limited, it becomes more desirable. By implying that you can't quite understand what makes her so special, you suggest that she possesses a unique and valuable quality that sets her apart from others. The power of suggestion. Words have the power to shape our perceptions and influence our emotions. By suggesting that there's something crazy about her, you create a sense of excitement and anticipation, tapping into her desire to be seen as captivating and irresistible. The validation of uniqueness. Everyone wants to feel special and appreciated for their individuality. This compliment acknowledges her unique qualities and suggests that you see something in her that others may have overlooked. By understanding the underlying psychology and mastering the art of delivery, you can use this forbidden compliment to create a powerful and lasting connection. Expanding on the crazy element. Let's delve deeper into the drives me crazy aspect. The word crazy can have negative connotations, so it's crucial to understand how to use it effectively in this context. It's not about implying that she's unstable or irrational. Instead, it's about conveying a sense of being overwhelmed or captivated by her presence. It suggests that she evokes strong emotions and disrupts your usual equilibrium. Think of it as a controlled chaos. Her presence creates a whirlwind of emotions within you, challenging your composure and making you feel alive. This isn't about being out of control. It's about acknowledging the powerful impact she has on you. Alternative phrasings and nuances. While the core phrase is effective, you can adapt it to suit your personality and the specific context of the interaction. Here are a few alternative phrasings. There's something about you that completely throws me off balance, and I love it. I can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something about you that I find incredibly intoxicating. You have this way of making me question everything I thought I knew, and I can't explain it. I'm strangely addicted to being around you, and I can't figure out why. The key is to maintain the element of mystery and intrigue while conveying a genuine sense of appreciation. Handling her reaction. She may respond in a variety of ways. She might be flattered, amused, skeptical, or even a little defensive. The key is to remain calm, confident, and playful. Don't try to explain yourself or backtrack on your statement. Simply smile, maintain eye contact, and let her reaction unfold. If she asks you to elaborate, resist the urge to provide a detailed explanation. Instead, offer a teasing response. If I told you, it wouldn't be a mystery anymore, would it? Or, I'm still trying to figure it out myself. That's what makes it so exciting. The goal is to maintain the intrigue and keep her guessing. You want her to feel like she's on a treasure hunt, searching for the key to unlocking your fascination with her. Common mistakes to avoid. Overusing the compliment. This is not a phrase to be used repeatedly. It loses its impact if it becomes a regular occurrence. Save it for moments of genuine connection and heightened emotion. Using it in a disingenuous way, women can sense insincerity. If you don't genuinely feel a sense of intrigue or fascination, the compliment will fall flat. Being too aggressive or forward. This is a subtle and nuanced compliment. Don't use it in a way that feels creepy or predatory. Try to explain yourself too much. The mystery is the key. Don't ruin it by overanalyzing or justifying your statement. Expecting immediate results. This is not a guaranteed way to win someone over. It's a tool to create intrigue and spark a deeper connection. By avoiding these common mistakes, you can use this forbidden compliment to its full potential, creating a lasting impression and paving the way for a more meaningful relationship. Part 2. I probably shouldn't say this, but damn, you're dangerous. The allure of the forbidden and the power of framing. The psychology of danger. Why women are attracted to a challenge. There's something undeniably alluring about danger. It speaks to our primal instincts, triggering a sense of excitement, anticipation, and heightened awareness. It's the thrill of the unknown, the risk of the unexpected, the possibility of pushing boundaries. This is not to say that women are attracted to actual danger or harmful situations. Rather, they're drawn to the perception of danger, to the idea that they possess a power that could potentially disrupt the status quo. The compliment, I probably shouldn't say this, but damn, you're dangerous, taps into this primal fascination. It doesn't simply acknowledge her attractiveness. It frames her as a force to be reckoned with. It suggests that she possesses a certain magnetism, a certain intensity that could potentially lead to both pleasure and peril. Women aren't used to hearing that. They're used to being called beautiful, sexy, stunning, words they've heard 1,000 times from men who wanted something from them. But dangerous? That's different. That's exciting. That's a game changer. And the way you say it, that's everything. The art of delivery, confidence, and vulnerability. This compliment is not for the faint of heart. It requires a certain level of confidence, vulnerability, and impeccable timing. It's not something to be blurted out casually or delivered with a smirk. It requires a moment of genuine tension, a palpable connection, and a willingness to be slightly vulnerable. You don't just blurt it out like some cheap pickup line. No, this is something you say in a moment of undeniable tension, when you're close, when the energy is so thick between you that it's almost suffocating. Maybe she just said something playful, something teasing, something that made you look at her in a way you weren't expecting. That's when you lean in, eyes locked on hers, and say it low, slow, like the words slipped out before you could stop them. I probably shouldn't say this, but damn, you're dangerous. And then you let it hang. Let her feel the weight of those words. She won't be able to ignore the way her stomach flips, the way heat spreads up her neck, the way her lips part slightly like she's about to say something, but she stops herself. Because now you just changed everything. Shifting the dynamic from evaluated to evaluator. This compliment isn't just about telling her she's attractive. It's about framing her as the temptation. It's about shifting the dynamic so that she's no longer the one evaluating you. You're the one evaluating her, and she's the one who suddenly feels like she's in the hot seat. And trust me, women love that feeling. Because here's the truth. Every woman wants to feel like she's the kind of woman who could make a man lose his self-control, like she has that effect, like she's that girl. And when you look at her, shake your head slightly and say, you're dangerous. You're telling her that she is. You're telling her that there's something about her that makes you want to take risks, that being around her is playing with fire, that if you're not careful, she might just wreck you. And that's exactly the kind of thought that keeps a woman up at night. Because now she's thinking, what is it about me that makes him say that? Why does he look at me like that? Does he feel the same pull that I do? And once those questions start looping in her mind, you've got her. The power of mystery, leaving her wanting more. The best part is the mystery. Because when she asks, what do you mean? And you don't give her a straight answer. You just smirk, shake your head slightly, and say, you know exactly what I mean. And then you change the subject, move on, act like it didn't even happen. Now she's left sitting there, heart pounding, replaying your words over and over again, wondering what you meant, wondering why that compliment felt so different from every other one she's ever received. And when she's lying in bed that night, unable to get you out of her head, that's when she starts fantasizing about you. Scenario 1, the debate. You are engaged in a lively debate with a woman who is clearly intelligent and articulate. She presents a compelling argument, challenging your own views and forcing you to reconsider your position. As the debate reaches its climax, you pause, admiring her passion and conviction. I have to admit, you say, you're making me rethink everything I thought I knew. In fact, I probably shouldn't say this, but damn, you're dangerous. You could probably convince me of anything. This compliment acknowledges her intellect and persuasiveness. suggesting that she possesses a power that extends beyond mere words. Scenario 2. The dance floor. You're dancing with a woman who moves with grace and confidence. Her eyes are locked on yours, and the energy between you is electric. As the song ends, you pull her closer, your voice barely above a whisper. "I probably shouldn't say this," you say, "but damn, you're dangerous. I could get lost in your eyes forever." This compliment acknowledges her sensuality and magnetism, suggesting that she has the power to captivate and enthrall. Scenario 3. The quiet moment. You're sitting by a fire with a woman, sharing stories and intimate moments. She reveals a hidden vulnerability, sharing a past experience that has shaped her into who she is today. You listen intently, offering empathy and understanding. "Thank you for sharing that with me," you say. "You've been through so much, and yet you're still so strong. I probably shouldn't say this, but damn, you're dangerous. You could break my heart." This compliment acknowledges her vulnerability and resilience, suggesting that she has the power to both heal and wound. Why it works, the underlying psychology. The dark triad. This personality trait encompasses narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. While these traits can be destructive, they also possess a certain allure, particularly in the early stages of a relationship. The dangerous compliment subtly hints at these traits, suggesting that she possesses a certain edge and a willingness to take risks. The Madonna whore complex. This Freudian concept suggests that men often categorize women into two distinct archetypes: the Madonna, the pure and innocent, and the whore, the seductive and dangerous. By calling her dangerous, you're acknowledging her seductive power and challenging the traditional dichotomy. The power of subversion. Women are often socialized to be agreeable, accommodating, and non-threatening. By calling her dangerous, you're subverting these expectations and suggesting that she possesses a rebellious and independent spirit. The desire for recognition. Everyone wants to be seen as unique and memorable. This compliment acknowledges her individuality and suggests that she possesses qualities that set her apart from the crowd. By understanding the underlying psychology and mastering the art of delivery, you can use this forbidden compliment to create a powerful and lasting impression. Deeper dive, exploring the meaning of dangerous. The word dangerous, in this context, isn't about physical harm or malicious intent. It's about the potential for emotional disruption, the ability to challenge assumptions, and the power to inspire change. It's about the realization that she's not someone to be taken lightly, that she has a depth and complexity that demands attention and respect. It can also hint at a playful rebelliousness, a willingness to break the rules and push boundaries. It suggests that she's not afraid to be herself, even if it means challenging societal norms or expectations. The key is to convey a sense of admiration and respect for her dangerous qualities, rather than fear or apprehension. You want her to feel empowered and confident, not threatened or intimidated. Variations on the theme. While I probably shouldn't say this, but damn, you're dangerous is a powerful phrase. You can adapt it to suit your personality and the specific situation. Here are a few variations. "You have a way of making me feel like I'm about to do something I'll regret, but I can't resist. There's something about you that makes me want to throw caution to the wind. You're a walking temptation, and I'm not sure I can handle it. I have a feeling you could get me into a lot of trouble, but I'm strangely okay with that." The common thread is the acknowledgement of her powerful influence and the potential for disruption. Responding to her reaction. Her reaction will depend on her personality and her level of comfort with the compliment. She may be flattered, amused, intrigued, or even slightly uncomfortable. The key is to gauge her reaction and respond accordingly. If she seems receptive, you can follow up with a playful question: "Don't tell me you didn't know you had that effect on people." Or, "Is that something you hear often?" If she seems more hesitant, you can soften the compliment with a touch of humor. "I'm just kidding, mostly," or "Maybe I'm just easily impressed." The goal is to make her feel comfortable and empowered, not pressured or objectified. Avoiding common pitfalls. Being inauthentic. This compliment only works if it's genuine. If you don't truly feel a sense of admiration for her dangerous qualities, it will come across as insincere. Being overly aggressive. This is not an invitation to be sexually aggressive or disrespectful. It's about acknowledging her power and influence, not objectifying her. Using it at the wrong time. Timing is crucial. This compliment is best delivered in a moment of heightened tension or intimacy, not in a casual or superficial setting. Backtracking or apologizing. Once you've said it, own it. Don't try to take it back or apologize for your boldness. By avoiding these pitfalls, you can use this forbidden compliment to create a powerful and memorable connection. Part 3. You have no idea how hard it is to look at you and not touch you. The confession of desire and the power of restraint. The psychology of longing. The allure of the untouchable. Desire is often amplified by restraint. The anticipation of touch, the longing for intimacy, the knowledge that something is just out of reach. These are powerful forces that can intensify attraction and create a sense of longing. The compliment, you have no idea how hard it is to look at you and not touch you, is a confession of desire, a glimpse into the internal struggle between impulse and control. It acknowledges her irresistible allure while simultaneously demonstrating restraint and respect. This isn't just a compliment, it's a challenge. You're making it crystal clear that she affects you, that something about her makes it damn near impossible to keep your hands to yourself. But you're doing it anyway. You're showing discipline, restraint, self-control. And that's what gets into her head. The power of vulnerability, revealing your inner conflict. This compliment requires a certain level of vulnerability. You're essentially admitting that you're struggling to maintain your composure, that her presence is having a profound effect on you. This vulnerability can be incredibly appealing, as it suggests that you're not afraid to be authentic and transparent. Most guys play it safe. They compliment her in ways that make her feel good, but not in ways that make her crave. They say things like, "You're so beautiful," or "You have the most amazing smile." Nice, sure, but forgettable. But when you lock eyes with her, exhale like you're fighting something inside you and say, "You have no idea how hard it is to look at you and not touch you." That's when you become unforgettable. Because now you've thrown gasoline on the fire. Creating craving. The art of delayed gratification. This compliment isn't about immediate gratification. It's about creating a sense of anticipation and desire. You're planting a seed in her mind, prompting her to imagine what it would be like if you finally gave in to your impulses. She won't be able to stop herself from feeling it. The way your voice dipped, the way your fingers twitched just slightly like you were holding yourself back, the way your breath hitched like she just did something to you that she didn't even realize. And here's the beautiful part. This isn't just a compliment, it's a challenge. Now she's thinking, what if he lost control? What if he gave in? What would that feel like? And the longer she thinks about it, the more she wants it to happen, leaving her wanting more, the ultimate tease. The trick is to not act on it. You don't lean in. You don't touch her. You just let those words sit in the air. Let them sink into her skin. Then you change the subject like you didn't just completely rewire her brain. And later, when she's lying in bed, replaying that moment, that's when she'll start to wonder what it would feel like if you finally did. And once a woman starts thinking about that, she won't be able to stop. Scenario 1. The close encounter. You're standing close to a woman in a crowded space. The physical proximity is creating a palpable sense of tension. As she turns to speak to you, her eyes meet yours. You hold her gaze for a moment longer than necessary, then exhale softly. You have no idea how hard it is to look at you and not touch you right now. You say, this compliment acknowledges the physical attraction and the desire for intimacy, while simultaneously demonstrating restraint and respect. Scenario 2. The intense conversation. You're engaged in a deep and meaningful conversation with a woman. The emotional connection is palpable. As she shares a particularly vulnerable story, you reach out to take her hand, then hesitate. You have no idea how hard it is to look at you and not touch you. You say, I just want to hold you. This compliment acknowledges the emotional connection and the desire for physical comfort. while simultaneously demonstrating sensitivity and empathy. Scenario 3. The good night kiss. You're saying goodnight to a woman after a wonderful date. The anticipation of a kiss is building. As you lean in, you pause, your lips just inches from hers. You have no idea how hard it is to look at you and not kiss you right now, you say. This compliment acknowledges the sexual tension and the desire for physical intimacy, while simultaneously creating a sense of anticipation and longing. Why it works: the underlying psychology. The Coolidge effect. This phenomenon suggests that sexual arousal is heightened by novelty. By expressing your desire while simultaneously withholding physical touch, you create a sense of novelty and anticipation, which can intensify attraction. The power of suggestion. Words have the power to create vivid mental images. By describing your internal struggle, you invite her to imagine what it would be like if you finally gave in to your impulses. The value of restraint. In a society that often emphasizes immediate gratification, restraint can be incredibly appealing. It suggests that you're not driven solely by lust, but that you're capable of controlling your impulses and respecting her boundaries. The allure of the forbidden. There's something undeniably exciting about the forbidden. By confessing your desire while simultaneously withholding physical touch, you create a sense of intrigue and anticipation, which can intensify her attraction to you. By understanding the underlying psychology and mastering the art of delivery, you can use this forbidden compliment to create a powerful and lasting impression. Nuances and variations. While the core phrase is effective, you can adapt it to suit your personality and the specific situation. Here are a few variations. It's a constant battle to keep my hands to myself when I'm around you. I'm trying really hard not to touch you right now, but it's not easy. Every time I look at you, I have to remind myself to breathe. I'm pretty sure I could stare at you all night and never get bored. The key is to convey a genuine sense of desire while simultaneously demonstrating restraint and respect. Reading her reaction. Her reaction will depend on her personality and her level of comfort with the compliment. She may be flattered, amused, intrigued, or even slightly nervous. The key is to gauge her reaction and respond accordingly. If she seems receptive, you can follow up with a playful question. Is that a problem for you? Or am I making you uncomfortable? If she seems more hesitant, you can soften the compliment with a touch of humor. Don't worry, I'm not going to pounce, or I'm just admiring the view. The goal is to make her feel comfortable and empowered, not pressured or objectified. Avoiding common mistakes. Being too intense. This is a powerful compliment, but it can be overwhelming if it's delivered too intensely. Keep your tone light and playful. Being inauthentic. As with all compliments, sincerity is key. If you don't truly feel a sense of desire, it will come across as insincere. Crossing boundaries. This compliment should not be used as an excuse to touch her inappropriately or make her feel uncomfortable. Always respect her boundaries. Being clingy. This is not an invitation to become overly attached or possessive. Maintain your independence and give her space. By avoiding these pitfalls, you can use this forbidden compliment to create a powerful and memorable connection. The importance of follow-through. This compliment is most effective when it's followed by consistent behavior that demonstrates respect, attentiveness, and genuine interest. It's not enough to simply say the words. You must also show her through your actions that you value her as a person. This means listening attentively to her thoughts and feelings, respecting her boundaries, and being supportive of her goals and aspirations. It also means being present in the moment and engaging with her in a meaningful way. By consistently demonstrating these qualities, you can build a strong and lasting connection that goes beyond mere physical attraction. Conclusion. The art of connection. Mastering the language of attraction. These 3 forbidden compliments are not magic spells or foolproof techniques. They are tools designed to be used with intention, awareness, and genuine respect. Their power lies not in their inherent words, but in their ability to tap into the deeper psychology of attraction, to spark curiosity, evoke emotion, and create a lasting impression. The key takeaway is that attraction is not a passive process. It's an active and dynamic exchange, a dance of words, gestures, and unspoken cues. By mastering the language of attraction, by understanding the desires and insecurities that drive human connection, you can elevate your interactions with women, fostering genuine intimacy and creating meaningful relationships. These compliments serve as examples of how to move beyond superficial interactions and connect on a deeper level. They encourage men to be more thoughtful and intentional in their communication, to understand the power of words, and to use them to create a positive and lasting impact. Ultimately, the goal is not to manipulate or deceive, but to connect with others in a genuine and authentic way. By being true to yourself, by expressing your appreciation with sincerity, and by respecting the boundaries of others, you can create relationships that are built on trust, mutual respect, and genuine affection.